Okay, class, this is the second and last video for Chapter 5, Section 4. And in this section, we're evaluating polynomials. We're not naming the degrees. We're not naming the number of terms. We're simply evaluating, which means find the value of. And to evaluate a polynomial that has variables in it, somebody has to give us the value of the variable. Once we have that, we simply substitute it in for the variable and then do the order of operations. So that means for a, when x is 3, in this polynomial, everywhere I see an x, I replace it with a 3. So I have 2 times 3 squared minus 5 times 3 plus 3. Now I follow order of operations to complete that. 3 squared is 9, so I have 2 times 9 minus 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3. Multiply before I subtract, so that's 18 minus 15 plus 3, which gives me 3 plus 3, and finally 6. That's the value of the variable when the value of x is 3. So please remember that when you do these for me, do not simply plug them into your calculator. Show your steps vertically like I have done, and then when you're finished, check your answer in your calculator. Okay, the next thing they want us to evaluate is that same polynomial, but now when x is negative 2 instead of when x is 3. So again, I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did for example A. Everywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a negative 2. So I have 2 times negative 2 squared minus 5 times negative 2 plus 3. I take the power first, negative 2 squared, if you remember from today's lesson. Take a negative number, raise it to an even power. I get a positive number. That's 2 times 4. Now, negative 5 times negative 2 is plus 10, or I could have said that's minus negative 10, which still would have given me plus 10, of course. Now multiply before I add. 8 plus 10 plus 3. 8 plus 10 is 18 plus 3. And 18 plus 3 is 21. And I'm going to move up here so I have space. That's my final answer, 21. So I have space to do the next example. Okay, the next time I have a slightly longer polynomial, but of course the length of the polynomial does not change what I do. If I want to evaluate that polynomial, I replace every variable x with the value that we've been given, which is 4, for example A. So I have negative 4 times 4 cubed plus 2 times 4 squared minus 5 times 4 plus 5. I raise 4 to the third power, which gives me 64. So I have negative 4 times 64 plus 2 times 4 squared is 16 minus 5 times 4 is 20 plus 5. Now I'm going to multiply negative 4 times 64, which gives me negative 256, plus 2 times 16 is 32 minus 20 plus 5. Now I've got addition and subtraction, so by order of operations I simply go left to right. Negative 256 plus 32 is going to give me negative 224 minus 20 plus 5. Negative 224 minus 20 is negative 244 plus 5. Gives me negative 239. Might want to check me on that. And certainly you can put that in your calculator to see if you get that answer. Okay, then lastly, I'm going to plug in negative 1 for example B into that same polynomial. So I have negative 4 times negative 1 cubed plus 2 times negative 1 squared minus 5 times negative 1 plus 5. So now negative 1 cubed is a negative number raised to an odd power, gives me a negative answer, so that's negative 1, plus 2 times negative 1 raised to an even power is a positive answer, so that's 2 times 1, minus 5 times negative 1 is plus 5, plus 5. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4, plus 2, plus 5. I don't know why that's going in and out, plus 5. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 5 is 16, and my final answer for the evaluation of that polynomial is 16. You try those last two on your own. Bring your answers to class on Monday. Please be sure that you do all your homework this weekend. I will not be reteaching these lessons on Monday. I will simply be taking questions on them. So I hope you have listened carefully. If you didn't quite understand something, be sure to listen to it a second time. And we'll see you in class on Monday. I hope you all have a good weekend.